Just gonna do a few more changes here. Can take a look at where it was before. These are all the changes that we've made here in our past 200 history states. That's why I like to set it at 200, in case I want to go back. With my clones tool, I'm just going to lighten that area by sampling the area next to it and brushing it in a little bit more. So we have a nice flow to her hair here. It's starting to look a little bit better. So right now I'm just finalizing the image. I'm going back over some of the areas that I already worked on and tweaking it just a little bit. Making any last changes that I feel like I want to before I consider myself done. I really like this piece of hair, so I want to emphasize it a little bit more. I'm going to just brush in some more of these hair strokes. So I'm using my brush at a low opacity again. And I'm just kind of building it up so that it looks natural and soft. Sampling from the nearby hair. Going over these dark areas that are distracting. So just brushing it in. Now I've got it at the dodge tool. I'm dodging it out a little bit. I'm switching between the healing brush and the dodge tool and the brush tool. I really just want it to feel soft and like water here because, you know, she's got this really cool piece of hair. I want it to flow naturally. I don't want it to feel like there's a huge separation here. So I'm just taking a little bit more time to smooth it out and to make it look really nice. Zooming out, you can see if there's any areas that you missed, like this patch here. I'm just going to go back over it and make sure that my mask covers everything. Make sure it's not going over anywhere. Another way you can check to make sure that your mask isn't bleeding in anywhere is to hold down the Option key and click on the mask itself, and it'll show you a black and white detailed image of the mask and where it's falling over your image. But I can pretty much see here if I've changed the figure because I'm working in a color mask. So I'm just going to go over it and make sure that I don't have any of those little mistakes anywhere. Want it to print really nice. Now it's looking pretty good. If I take a small brush here, I can just kind of go over little bits of hair here, and the color shift won't be too dramatic because I have such a small brush. So that way it feels like the hair is actually over that color. And yeah, it's looking good. I definitely like this blue color here. And it looks natural. Looks like she was actually sitting on a blue chair. So just doing our final moves. Making sure we like what we've done. And if there's any other areas that we want to touch up, just go ahead and touch them up now. Brush in a little bit more hair here. It's a little messy over here. I think that's okay because she's got it bunched up, but just brush it so it looks a little bit smoother, a bit more fluid. Also a little bit darker. It holds a little bit more weight. You can remove all these extra little hairs here, but I'm just going to leave them in for now. Don't want it to be too smooth because then, again, it won't look natural. We want to keep some of those messy hairs in there. Coming across some patchy areas here with my color change, so I can just go right over those here and make sure that they look really nice and that my mask isn't bleeding into the hair. So I'm drawing on my mask now. And once that's looking good, double check that I like what I've done. Can always change it again. And once we have it where we're happy with it, we're done.